Okay, and so we're going to carry on with the last way that we can use our proportions, and it's going to be with a full word problem. So the previous questions were sort of mini word problems. They didn't have any extra words. It was very much this many inches in this many hours, these inches in these hours. Now we're going to add full sentences. So question 7 here says the wait time to ride a roller coaster is 20 minutes when 160 people are in line. At this rate, how long is the wait time when 220 people are in line? So all of the same information is there. The only difference is they don't tell me what letter to use, so that means I can use any letter I want, but I still need to set up my fractions. I wait 20 minutes when 160 people are in line. There's my first fraction. So how long do I wait when 220 people are in line? There's my second fraction. Cross multiply, so I'm going to start with my letter, x times 160, so 160x is going to equal 20 times 220, so that's going to be 4,400. We're going to divide both sides here by our 160. Okay, and so x is going to equal 27.5. And then again, what were we finding? How long we wait, and we're measuring that in minutes, right? So we need to label our answer. These are word problems, so minutes. So again, we're setting things up just like we did on the previous questions. We're just responsible for a little bit more work this time. So let's look at another one. Alicia's class is making care packages for the local shelter. They can make 8 packages with 240 donated items. How many packages can they make with 500 donated items? Well, again, we're going to go for that setup. I'm getting 8 packages if there are 240. That's got to equal how many packages if there are 500? So when I cross multiply 240 times x, 8 times 500 is 4,000. And we're going to divide both sides by 240. And so this time, x, or whatever letter you're using, is going to give me 16.6 repeating. And what were we talking about? Packages, right? So again, bear with my handwriting. So this gave me a decimal that didn't end, right? So I kept it as the repeating decimal and showed that with the bar on top. Okay. Or I could have rounded it to a 16.7. Both would have been fine, but we do want to make sure that we label our answers. Okay. So here's one more. An architect builds a model of a building. The model is 8 inches tall. The actual building is 22 feet tall. The model is 20 inches wide. How wide is the actual building? If you want to try this one on your own, go ahead and hit pause. If you're not doing it on your own, or if you have, let's go through and check our answers. This one, again, I'm just going to set my fractions up as I read the problem. So the model is 8 inches tall. The actual building is 22 feet tall. This is where you want to be careful. The model is 20. The model was the 8. So the 8 and the 20 need to be sort of in the same spot, meaning they both need to be on the top. The actual building is what I'm looking for. So notice that my X, or whatever letter you're using, is not always in the same spot. Just keep that in mind. So 8 times X, that's an 8. Let's fix that. That's not very good. That's a little better. So my 8X, 22 times 20 is going to be 440. And we're going to divide this by 8. And so this time, my answer is 55. And then we want to make sure we label this. So how wide is the actual building? The actual building is being measured in feet. So make sure we label this as 55 feet. And so that's everything you should need to be able to do problems with proportions on your own.